friends, it's Miss Jennifer at Somerset Academy of Music, and today I'm going to show you how to play the D-flat major scale. That's right. I'm going to show you how to play the D-flat major scale with all the correct notes and fingerings, both hands separately and together, 1 and 2 octaves. Before we get started, I'd just like to thank you for watching the video. If you find it at all helpful, please consider giving it a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And always feel free to share my videos with your family and friends. Before we get started on a deep dive, I'm going to take you through and show you how to play hands together 1 octave and then 2 octaves. For those of you who would like more information or a deeper understanding of how to play the scale, stick around, and not only am I going to show you how to do each hand separately, but also I'm going to show you a super cool trick that makes this scale so much easier to play. Okay, let me show you how to play the D-flat major scale 1 octave. Here's 2 octaves. There we go. All right, so the first thing we need to talk about is the key of D-flat major. In the key of D-flat major, we have 5 flats, and those flats are as follows: B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Okay, now the D flat major scale, because it has so many black keys, we are going to begin with our second finger on D flat. Remember, when we're playing scales, we never use our thumb or pinky on a black key. So for that reason, we have to use a little bit of a different fingering. Our thumb is going to take care of the white keys, which in the scale are going to be the F key and the C. All right, so let's go through the letter names with the right hand first. Here we go. D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B, C, D flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat. Now I'm going to go over the finger numbers, which are 2, 3. Then we're going to take our thumb and tuck it under to F, G with our 2, 3, 4, our thumb plays C, 2 ends on D flat. On the way back down, that's going to be 2, 1, cross your 4th finger over to B flat. Then we got 3, 2, our thumb goes on F, cross 3, 2. All right, I'll play that a little smoother for you. Let's check out the left hand. Since the letter names are the same, I will just go over the finger numbers, which are as follows. We're going to start with our 3rd finger on the D flat like this. So 3, 2, our thumb is going to play the F, then we're going to cross our 4th finger all the way over to the G flat. Then 3, 2, thumb plays the C, and then our 2 finishes up on the D flat. On the way back down, that's going to be 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Tuck your thumb under to F, 2, 3. So here we go. Let's put it together. Notice that the left hand is starting on 3. The right hand starts on 2. This is what it looks like, hands together. So we got D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, D flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat. Okay, now I'm going to share with you my special trick that I have nicknamed the spider walk. If you've watched some of my previous scale videos, you may have already heard about this. It works for several scales that are kind of tricky, and it helps them make them just so much easier on the fingering. Okay, the rules of the trick are as follows. We're going to use our 2 and 3 finger on the 2 group of black keys, and we're going to use our 2, 3, and 4 on the 3 group of black keys. We're never going to put our 4th finger on a 2 group. It will only be used on the 3 group of black keys. And then our thumbs are going to play the white keys. In this case, it's going to be F and C. Now, what we're going to do to learn this trick is we're going to play the black keys as a cluster. So I'm going to set my fingers in the correct fingering on the 2 black keys and push them down together in a cluster. Then I'm going to take my thumb and tuck it under to the F. Then we're going to play these 3 black keys as a cluster. Tuck my thumb under, and then play the black key cluster. Now on the way down, this is really helpful. play the cluster and then your thumb, because it helps you know what fingers to cross over. Right key here, cluster. So when we break this scale apart, we're going to do the scale by breaking these clusters apart, and we're going to set our fingers in the cluster. Set your finger in the cluster, and then you know exactly what fingers to play, what finger to cross, and it helps you prevents you from making the mistake of crossing the wrong finger. The other thing this is great for is you're going to remember that the two white keys are going to be the higher of the two. When you come to a group where there's two white keys, we're going to use the higher of the two. We're going to use the F and the C because neither of those are flatted. Okay, so let me show you that cluster again. So we got cluster, tuck your thumb to the higher white key, cluster, tuck your thumb to the higher white key, and cluster. And back down is where it's the most helpful in the right hand, because we know we're going to put our thumb here, and we know we don't have to wonder about should we cross the 3 or the 4 or the 2. We know it has to be the 4 because we're going to set our fingers in that position beforehand. Okay, let's look at that in the left hand. It works the same way. So we're going to play the cluster here with our 2 and 3 on the 2 group of black keys. Our thumb plays the higher of the 2 white keys. Then we're going to set our fingers in this cluster, and that helps us remember to put our 4th finger on the G flat, which is why it's so helpful. Our thumb, we know it goes on the higher of the 2 white keys. And then here, if we're doing 1 octave, it's fine to use the 2 here. But if you're going to do 2 or more octaves, you must follow the rules of the spider walk and use your 3. When you're playing 1 octave, I don't really mind which finger you use. I tend to use the 2 when I'm playing 1 octave, but sometimes I will use the 3. Totally doesn't make any difference. Okay, then on the way back down, we got our cluster, put our thumb on the white key higher, our cluster, higher white key, cluster. And then when we break it apart, what you're going to want to do is set your fingers in the cluster before you play, but play the notes individually. And then here make your choice of whether you'd rather use the 2 or the 3. Definitely use the 3 if you're doing 2 octaves. Come back down. So break it apart again. Set your fingers, your thumb, set your fingers. Okay, great. So now you can use the spider walk with 2 hands as well. So you can play your clusters like this, right? And then we'll play it. Set your fingers in the cluster. Set your fingers in the cluster. Back down. Set your fingers in the cluster. And then that just helps you find the fingering so easy. Sometimes people struggle with knowing what finger to cross over, and this takes the guesswork away. Okay, now when we go to put this together with 2 octaves, it couldn't be simpler because you don't even have to really think about what notes or what fingers to use because the spider walk just lays it all out for you. So let's try 2 octaves with our cluster spider walk technique. So we're going to play these together as a cluster. Our thumb goes on the higher of the 2 white keys. We set our fingers for the cluster, higher of the 2 white keys, cluster, higher of the 2 white keys, cluster, higher of the 2 white keys. Back down, we're going to do the same thing. So we got cluster, thumb on the high white key, cluster, high white key, cluster, high white key, cluster, high white key, cluster. Now, we can do the same thing, but we're just going to play the notes separately, break up the clusters, and it's so easy. And just remember to set your finger in the cluster, set them in the cluster. And here, you can make your choice. If you're going to continue up another octave, you want to use your 3. But if you're done, if you're at your highest note, you can use 2. Then set your fingers on the cluster, higher of the 2 white keys. Set your fingers on the cluster, higher of the 2 white keys, cluster, right key. You get the idea, right? Here it is a little smoother. Than that. So I love that trick because it takes a scale that's kind of difficult and makes it actually one of the easiest ones to play. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please consider giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing to my channel. And always feel free to share my videos with your friends and family. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video real soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.